Hey everyone, today we got Char Murat. Yeah, that's the one, Char Murat, and it's a Shelby tank. And as you can see, I was trying to pretend as a Shelby as well. Or at least I was pretending, okay? Do I look like? Anyway, today we're gonna check out about Char Murat, and we're gonna check the field modifications, equipment, positioning, and what this tank is capable. Let's jump to the battles. So the first battle we got Pilsen, and we're playing against tier 10s. A quite difficult matchmaking, I should say, because there is a majority of the tanks, tank destroyers, and mediums, only a couple of the heavies. So that's means that all the action going to be in open field, more likely. An enemy top tier got pretty decent tanks, which is Carrot. Yeah, for me it's quite decent. But anyway, we're gonna play with the damage setup, not the spotting setup. I will tell you about spotting setup a little bit later. We're gonna use the damage setup, which is bends, improve aim, and verticals. I think this setup works pretty well because I want to make sure the gun behaves as much as possible, because this tank can offer only great gun depression, which is -12, and the clip, right? So you want to make sure that every single shot will be connection and penetration, of course. So with this setup, for me, gun was sometimes truly trollish, but sometimes accurate as hell. Trust me, it was working pretty well. So anyway, in this battle, we try to use the damage setup. As you can see, we're just sniping in the very beginning. We're gonna try to support our top tiers because they're pushing. So we just need to wait till enemy gonna get spotted. And meanwhile, waiting, there is obviously 430, and you can see what I'm talking about. Sometimes the gun troll. Second shot, third shot, not even one was hit. Obviously the shells and the angle was quite difficult, and even if I would hit him, object 430, I would more likely like 80% or 90% ricochet. But anyway, there was no more what to shoot. We decided to push forwards, and that decision wasn't bad. We spotted T30, and that's what I like about this map. If you take in the middle and you got tank like Shelby tank, which has a -12 gun depression, in this situation, in this hold downs and so on, you are capable to spot enemy very simple. Skoda T50 been eliminated, T30 was eliminated, and I'm talking about this rock, we can call it rock. We can sit over here and try to provide spotting. Obviously we're gonna try to not overpick, and we're gonna try to give some crossfire, although we're a big tank, and I mean huge tank, so you can get crossfire quite easily. And talking about the tank size, oh boy. So talking about the tank size, oh boy, as you can see, this tank is huge. And also paper. Although, trust me, I was ricocheting so much. One game I even had like over 3,000 ricochet. I can't say bounce because they were ricochet. As you can see, you can accidentally ricochet with your side. You can also accidentally ricochet with your upper plate. Although when they ricochet, you can get immediately pen into the turret. And you're as big as heavy, or even bigger than some of the heavies. So trust me, don't rely on your armors. There is no point. But anyway, maybe you saw that, maybe not. We got already 3,700 spotting and 1,000 damage. I think so that was really pretty quick, although we had the paid actors. And at the same time, you saw the shots on Skoda. They were quite dodgy, but the shells went quite good and quite accurate. And one more thing I need to highlight, and we set on fire Skoda T50, right? During the mark on this tank, I was giving so much criticals, I did not even notice. And I'm not sarcastic. Every single shot, there was games when every almost second shot or single shot was giving a critical for enemy tank. I gave some Armours, I gave some set on fires, and it was working really simple. Maybe it's just my perks, but I think so this tank is quite good on giving the criticals as well. But anyway, probably I'm just lucky. I'm just lucky by setting people on fire or giving the Armours. Anyway, it's 10-4. Yeah, that's quite competitive game I wanted to show you. Actually, not about the game or performance. I wanted to show you the positioning which is quite dangerous, but in the same time, if you have TVS or optic setup, you can outspot people on zero line very simple, and you can give the assistance damage super easy as well. Imagine you're in STB in that hull down and you're capable to spot enemy, they trying to shoot you, they're getting spotted just because they try to shoot you, and you're getting all this beautiful assistance. And in the same time, you got a clip which can deal up to 1.2 thousand roughly, lower or higher, your call. That was pretty fast game. It's 13-5 and nothing more to show because my reload time is pretty long, which is 30 seconds, and they're gonna get gangbanged. So let's jump to final result. Beautiful game. 7.2 thousand from this situation. That's beautiful. Enemy top tier is very passive. I love it. Deserve to lose, I guess. So just like that, we got second class. Unfortunately, only second class. Top by damage. Nearly 7,000 combined. And I think so that was pretty good. But anyway, our main battle is going to be in Save Heaven. And in Save Heaven, we're gonna use the same setup because it's close distance map. You don't need CVS or optics in my opinion. It's more than enough you can see with this tank without. But my second setup, if someone curious, was spotting setup because it's medium, so you can go for TVS, optics, and exhauster. With exhauster, my camo net went to 39%, and for this size, this huge tank, 39 camo net is great. And with my damage setup, my camo net was up to 31%, which is insane once again. Although I was using the field modification, which was, and in the first two, nothing, because I didn't want to increase my gun dispersion on the move or standing. First one, I barely choose at all. The third one, I went for better camo, which makes sense, right? And the fourth one, I went for better aim. I increased my reload time by 1.5 seconds, if I'm correct, but I went for better aim. So 1.5 second reload is nothing if you're getting such a great aim time, right? So yeah. And in the very beginning, you could see clearly Prototype 6 had a good game. And once again, I set on fire him. So I think so this tank giving a lot of criticals. Don't forget, you need the perk. Yes, perk. Which perk? I can show you. The Dead Eye perk, which I highly recommend for every single tank to have. Dead Eye perk increase a chance to give the critical. So with every single tank, more likely every single tank, Dead Eye is a really good choice to have. And more chance to set on fire people or give them ammo rock or just knock out the crew member, which is great. Result or engine, whatever you prefer. But anyway, just like that, we got Prototype 6 out from the game and we got 1.6 thousand damage on him in the first clip, and I would say that's pretty good start, right? Highlight the one thing, which is we are top tiers. We're playing against tier 7, so obviously we're gonna flex a little bit. So our gun is pretty nasty for every single enemy tank, and with just one shot on T71, we reduce his HP for nearly 0.5%, right? In just one shot, 50% of HP, I mean, he lost, which is pretty good. Although the reload time on this tank is quite annoying. 30 seconds, or should I say 30, nearly 2 seconds with my field modification. It takes some time. But the bright side about this, something what it takes time gives you another ability, which is think, right? So you can relocate and meanwhile you reload, or think where you could actually be ready to farm, push, like I just did now in this situation. So I had a 30 seconds time to relocate. I saw the Type 4 is 1 against 2 or whatever, and I had a feeling he gonna push. And my feeling was really correct. He started to push. So what left for us to do is just wait and give him a beautiful crossfire of 3 shells. Can we do it? I'm gonna give him surprise. That was a beautiful 3 shells. And now what we needed to do, just drive. We didn't drive away, so we paid full price. I don't know why I didn't drive away. Maybe because of auto reloader syndrome, to clip and stare at people. And we paid full price for 924 damage, and that was painful. Tactical maneuver. Let's say that was a tactical maneuver because when we reduce our HP, we increase our skills. should I say perks. So we reduce our HP, so now we're gonna play more careful. As you can see, all my allies trying to do the same thing. Guys, what about just fight with him, bro? We're not gonna try to pick against type 4, which is probably the most stupid thing what you can do again. So we're gonna try to just avoid him, leave those allies 1 against 3, and we're just gonna drive away. Because enemy pushing with I6, even Su-130 can be nearly us. So we're gonna try to check what they up to, and we're gonna try to check the minimap. And I was correct, there was IS-3, he was pushing forwards. Although we received 1 shot, which wasn't a good trade in my opinion, although we took him out from the game. Which is fair, and we got already 3,500 while having 117 HP. Once again, don't pick against type 4 derp gun or neither Jack Pistol gun. But anyway, we are still in the game, that's the most important thing. And we still have 116 HP more than we need to stay alive. And Su-130 PM is in middle of open and he's shooting my allies. Which means we are capable to give him 1. Can we give the second one? Nope. But we track him and we got a tracking assistance. Which is once again a great luck, I should say. Meanwhile, my 4 heavies still fighting against type 4. Which is understandable, no one wanna trade with him like Mr. GodPack did for 920 HP. So I'm not gonna push there as well. I'm gonna try to get my position where I was in the very beginning. And from that position you can do really easy crossfire for people who's trying to get to the position in beginning of the game or during the game. Would highly recommend, but keep that in mind, you will be free to go for arties. Arties are always gonna shoot on you if they are capable. And it's quite easy to get spotted because of those fans or wherever. You're always getting spotted. Or someone special from enemy gonna just YOLO you and then you're gonna get in a huge crossfire. But anyway, we're in the same position where we were in beginning. We're spotting T-28 prototype and that's a good opportunity to farm. Will I farm him? No. First I'm gonna shoot Super Hellcat and then I'm gonna give 2 shots for T-28 just to make sure we're gonna get full potential. And we're gonna make sure that Super Hellcat will be one-shottable. If we would be lucky, we could actually just take out Super Hellcat from the game because we can high roll, right? With these shells, which is pretty good shells in my opinion, which is APCR, heat rounds, and high explosion rounds. Standard shell is perfect, APCRs. If you need to outplay heavy tanks, you got a heat rounds, although penetration is not the best, only 300. But I think so, the shell design, it works perfectly, in my opinion, at least for me. Although I don't use gold, right? But anyway, just like that, we got already 5,000 damage. Can we get an extra 1 shot? We hit the shot, went to the turret, unfortunately. We hit the second one, and once again, we set on fire someone. I'm telling you, this tank are capable to set people on fire or give them ammo rocks. But still. WV, let's go, baby! Wee-haw! I could have an extra 3 shots. Would you rather take this than Char Futur or Judas 033? Why not? But anyway, we got a beautiful free mark of excellence game with 6,000 damage, 3 kills. And overall, we had 12 games with 4,000 average damage and 900 assistance. So that was a beautiful session. We could have a little bit more, if not that jump, right? But overall, the tank is not bad. I can't complain too much. The gun is okay. You got a great gun depression, ability to set on fire or ammo rock someone, but you're big as hell. And you're penetratable, very simple, especially artists. I've been penetrated quite often, trust me. But at the same time, if you got a good RNG, you got a ricochet from normal things, right? Overall, for us, it took 112 games with 3,200 assistance and 900 spotting. I think so that's a pretty good, or maybe not, but good enough to get 3 marks of excellence in this tank. And on the end, I was enjoying this tank. On the end, I truly was enjoying this tank. I don't mind. But once again, I probably would choose Char Futur or Judas 033. Definitely Judas 033 because that tank is just beast. But this tank can play and be playable as well. Anyway, thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.